of 31st leader இருக்கிறார். இந்த அன்னி மற்றும் தர்மாக் சொசைட்டி இனிஷியேட்டிவ் ஃபவுண்டேஷன் ஆகியவற்றின் நிர்வாகத்தில் இடம்பெற்றும் கல்வி வழங்குவதில் உள்ள ஏற்ற தாழ்வுகளை அகற்றி ஒவ்வொரு குழந்தைக்கும் உன்னதமான கல்வியை அடைய வேண்டும் என்று சேரி குழந்தைகளுக்காக தன்னுடைய வாழ்நாளை அர்ப்பணித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கும் இவரை
believe that a new India is possible. I'm going to just tell you a few stories from my life. Sorry. And the first one happened about 2 years ago. I was driving to work and I stopped to drop off something at somebody's house. And when I stopped my car, the watchman came to me and he said, Didi, you are the one who works with children. There is a child on the road who's very sick. Can you come? And so I walked with him and I met a child who was about 12 years old and he looked like he was going to die. He had slashed wounds all on his wrist. He could not talk. And so I asked him, can I take you to the hospital? And he said no. So I put him in a taxi, took him into the hospital, and when I got to the hospital, they said, we won't admit him. He's too sick, he's going to die. And so I took out my phone and I said, if you don't admit him, I'm going to call the commissioner right now. And I didn't have the commissioner's number, I don't know the commissioner, but they got scared and so they admitted him in the hospital. Within 5 minutes, he fell down, he messed himself completely, they put him into a bed, and half an hour later, he died. I don't know his name, you will never know his name. He came, nobody cared about him, and he died. That makes me very, very angry. And then there's another little girl, 3-year-old girl who I met last year, and her mother was a commercial sex worker. And when the police went and they raided the brothel, this mother got very scared for her 3-year-old child. So she hid the child in a water tank. And then they brought her away, and the mother wouldn't eat, and the mother couldn't sleep, and finally she told somebody, I've hidden my child. And they went and they rescued the child, but by the time I met the child was already HIV positive. This makes me angry. And the last story, 3 days ago, I had a lovely dinner in a restaurant and I walked outside and I saw a small boy, very sweet, 5 years old. And in his pocket he had a full packet of biscuits. And so we bought him a cup of chai. And he sat and he opened the biscuits and he dipped the biscuits in the chai. And he sat on the pavement, doesn't go to school, bright eyes. And I look at this child and the child who died and the little girl who's HIV positive, and I think, what a waste, what a waste. So many children, not 3, 500,000, hundreds of thousands of children. Why can't we give them what they need? And so my story starts when I was 18 years old. I came back to India. I used to live in America. And I came back and I walked into a huge slum community in Mumbai and I met a few children. And I sat down and I started teaching these children, and that changed my life. I started a small organization called, a small organization called Akanksha, which started with 10 children and then grew to about 4,000 children. And here is just one story. This is a girl called Parveen, and it's the same girl on the left and on the right. On the left is when I first met her. She was 3 years old, and I used to sit in her home and I used to teach her. She didn't know anything. She was not going to school. On the right, you see Parveen. Today, she's in one of Mumbai's top colleges. She's in her final year at Sophia College. Not only that, more than that, she lives in the slum community, but she has now put a down payment on a house, so her whole family will move outside of the community. And not only that, she's from a conservative Muslim family, and she has told the person who her mother wants her to marry that you must wait for me for 4 years until I marry you, because I want to finish my education, I want to get a job, and then I will marry you. And this boy has waited for 3 years already for her to get married.